We got Walmart.
Hello and welcome back to the Barley Roast. I'm Philip Morgan.
I'm Lee Fabian.
And I'm Damian Coleman.
Are you Damian Coleman? Damian, what is
Am
this?
I? My hair freaking out is what that is. Thanks for noticing that.
So
I
Phil,
saved you.
What
Thanks,
are we
man.
drinking today, Phil?
We are drinking Devil's Chair by I Don't Even Know Brewing Company.
Chair.
Red
Am I
Cypress
gonna
Brewing Company.
Am I gonna get cursed drinking this beer?
No, you won't.
Haunted, maybe?
It is a, it's an India Pale Ale. It's a 6% alcohol by volume. Inspired by an urban legend in the Casadega Cemetery, located near our brewery, our Devil's Chair IPA is packed with bright, fruity hops and a dry, sinister finish that won't let go. So, Casadega...
Yeah, we actually have a story about that, so we're not going to take from the topic.
No.
So
today.
Oh no,
we have ghosts.
I have
Ghost
multiple
stories.
Casadega stories,
Yeah.
at least two.
Yeah, we've got stories to tell
We've got
about
ghost
Casadega, so
stories.
we're not going to use this today.
And the Devil's Chair.
So
The urban legend about the Devil's Chair is that there is a bench in the cemetery of Casadega, and what you would do is you would set a beer down on the bench, and in the morning the beer would be gone. Whether the beer would be gone in the sense of it was just gone, or the can was still there.
It was empty?
The beer is empty, but never opened. The beer is empty, but the can was never opened, and there's no signs.
This is very fruity.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
we didn't even
I'm
try. What are we
excited.
doing?
Yeah, we like.
He just went for it. He just went for it.
started
Where
to
are we
dive-
to start?
You're a rude person.
We just started to dive into the stories without actually talking
It
about the
smells
beer
fruit.
first.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's
This-
got that blood orange feel to it, though.
Oh, it's
That is-
absolute. That is 100% blood orange.
Yeah, that's definitely blood orange.
I can taste the blood orange too.
We might be
pretty
wrong,
good.
but I feel like it is. It totally tastes like blood orange.
Oh,
There's definitely some fruitiness to it.
I would be more surprised
A lot
if
of
it wasn't
fruitiness.
blood orange. This is delicious.
It's pretty good.
They have another
I like
one
it a lot
called
more
Spook
than the last beer we had.
So this is a Florida brewing company out of
The can has
Winter
weird
Springs.
feel.
Yeah, it's the whatever the label is made out of.
Whatever the
It's
label
kind of
we
like
have.
it's like
It really doesn't say what's in it.
Yeah, I can't. It's probably not, I don't know if it's.
Yep.
Do.
yeah. Here we go. Anyway,
I wish the can had more info on the beer itself, because this is fucking delicious. I
It
loved
is.
it.
I like the
No
logo.
one's in
Though.
it,
The logo
like-
is pretty cool.
so yeah, no, that's the bench.
But yeah,
That is
that's
actually
actually what it looks
that's
like?
actually what the bench looks like.
It's made of brick.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like an old brick bench. So Casadega was a hotel originally,
Mhm.
and it was burned to the fucking ground while people were still inside of it. And I
Wow.
think like 30 some odd people or 40 some odd people were burned alive, and they turned it into a cemetery, a garden.
Yeah.
And the garden is super haunted, but they rebuilt the hotel.
Of
And
course.
it is considered one of Florida's most haunted places ever.
It's not even just Florida. It's one of the most haunted places in the U.S.
Yeah. It's and there's been no deaths while anyone has ever gone to Casadega. It's only been like all kinds of seeing floating orbs.
Hauntings, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole bunch
So
of hauntings. Huh.
it's crazy. You guys have any ghost stories? I have
Yeah, I have a
multiple.
few.
I've got a couple, but they might have to
First
wait.
off, let's start with this. Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't necessarily believe in
It's a hard
ghosts,
answer.
but I
Hard
will
question.
say there's been some weird shit that I couldn't necessarily explain, whether it's a ghost or it's just some... Yeah, I don't know. But I got some interesting stories. We might not have time for them on this episode. We're going to start with the Casadega shit,
Oh,
and we'll go
I'm
from
gonna
there.
talk about my Casadega shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
it's
God.
it's
I know, it's my beer.
topical.
I know it's my
believe-
beer. It's the one I was like, I literally walked into ABC and was like, Devil's Chair? Are you talking about the Devil's Chair in Casadega? And I turned the can and was like, oh my god, it is about Casadega.
Yeah.
It is about Casadega.
Yeah,
I
so
freaked out.
so tell your Casadega stories first, and then we'll go from there. We should hopefully have enough time.
I'm sure that I sound like a crazy person. when I'm gonna talk about this. Like people can be like, no, what are you fucking?
I
Talking
feel
about?
like paranormal
Ghosts
stuff.
and
I feel like
stuff.
paranormal stuff. People want to have it. I feel like a lot of people, they want to have experiences of this stuff because, like, I feel
Yo,
like they want
absolutely.
to. They
But
want
you
to
don't.
believe that it's
I
real. Yeah, you don't,
don't.
but you do at the same
I am
time.
so upset. I'm so
Like,
upset. I'm not gonna lie to
I
you.
mean-
I'm very upset in
I
the
mean,
sense
my
that
paranormal
like
activity was my paranormal activity actions. You know, they were terrifying at the time.
Mhm.
But like, did I want them to happen?
Yours was playing with
Probably.
a Ouija board, right?
But yeah, you can go.
you don't play with a Ouija board. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Mine was playing with a Ouija
You don't
board.
play with a Ouija board. You don't-
Okay, I didn't play with a Ouija board. We used
The
the Ouija
scariest thing
board.
about a Ouija boards is that they're made by Hasbro.
You know what? Sometimes they are.
Anyway, tell your Casadega story.
Yeah, we'll get to my Ouija board story
A
later.
real Ouija board uses crystal as the fucking eyeglass piece, which
fucking-
helps
it's a-
focus. Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
Whoa, dude.
ghosts are real. Don't fuck with ghosts. Never fuck with ghosts.
No, I believe. I
So-
believe the ghosts are real.
I believe in a thing called love.
They're okay. We attempted to go to Casadega. We've tried. We tried. All of us in the car were stone cold sober. Nick was like, "Let's go to Casadega, man. Let's go to the Devil's Chair. You've never been there. There's a beautiful garden. It's the most haunted garden in Florida. It's one of the most haunted places in the United States. Like it's crazy." He had been there before. The story beforehand, before me even going, he had told me a story about how he and Blake and our friend Angelica had gone out to record a film. And they went out there into the garden to start recording. And things were just not, like, the camera wasn't working, even though it was fully charged. Stuff just wasn't working right. So they gave up. And but before they gave up, they heard footsteps around them. There was no one there. And they went and they started leaving the garden. They were packed up. And there was footsteps behind them, like someone was following them. But they couldn't find anybody. They turn around, flashlight, and it's a big open area. You'd be able to see somebody. And there was no one there. But the footsteps continued, even with the light on behind them. Like, crazy, creepy stuff. But anyway, we went to Casadega. We were on our way. And I was telling Nick, I'm like, what time is it, man? It's about 2:45 in the morning. He wanted to go at 3 a.m. The witching hour. The worst fucking time.
3 o'clock to 3:33.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
3:33.
the most evil part of the night.
It also depends on like where the moon is set, depending on the season and different things like
I've
that.
always
It's
just-
like 3:45 to 3:33.
I've always just heard after 3:33, like all evil of the night, like stops.
Yes, generally.
That's usually the consensus of that type of stuff.
But anyway, we were there at 3. We hit Casadega at 3 a.m. I feel like sometimes I'm a conduit, or just like I know, like I can feel it. 100%.
well, I mean,
can
like-
feel it. Like just it's energy. So people are energy. People are like batteries.
Kind of like I feel someone stepping on my feeties right now.
That's keton.
It is a keton.
Yeah, that's
It's
keton.
absolutely-
Whoa.
It's 100%
Whoa.
keton.
Haunted by the ghost of Keaton.
Keton's not dead. You stop that right now. Stop that right now. He's gonna live a long, happy life. Okay, he's only 2. You leave him alone.
I thought he was older than 2.
It's 3.
Whoa.
Anyway, continue your story.
So we start driving. It's me, Andrew, and Nick, and we're heading down into Casadega, and I start getting the chills, and it's not like I'm spooked because it's a fucking cemetery. It's like something just does not feel right. That like instant fight or flight, instantly like fight or flight instinct. I'm like, everything is off. Like, everything is off right now. As soon as we pulled through the gates of this cemetery, everything shifted. And I was like, my hair was on edge. It was like, this has happened at least 3 times that I can account for. it is like being electrocuted constantly. And I freak the fuck out. Like, I absolutely freak the fuck out. I don't know if it's just like my polarity with the universe. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But
You sound pretty crazy.
I know, I sound pretty crazy. You shut the fuck up. I'll stab you to death.
The universal powers and
I'll
shit.
stab you to death. I'll stab you to death, Lee. No, I won't do that. That's terrible. I would never. I don't think I would ever. I don't think. So we pull in, and we're coming close to where, like, Nick wants to pull off to where we can walk down towards the gardens, because there's like a parking area to where you can go walk the gardens of the Casadega Cemetery.
Oh, I bet it's like a.
It's beautiful. The gardens are beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, they really are. But at the same time, there is such an eerie silence when you're there in the day. It doesn't matter how loud you are. It's like the sound just dies. It is a very, very strange place. We pull in. I'm freaking out. I'm like, Nick, this doesn't feel right. Like, something just isn't okay. And we're pulling. We're continuing down. And he's like, no, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. And then Andrew just, like, starts... He was mid-sentence. And he just stopped. Mid-sentence. And just, like...
Just completely out.
Completely out. Eyes open out. Breathing. And then he came back. And he was like... What the fuck? I'm sitting here just like... It's like a firework went off in my body. I was like... It's like the time when I was holding on to the fucking... The thing at fucking... Oh, God. When I was watching the Suicide Silence concert, my fucking arm got launched off the fucking tent because it got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
It was that same fucking feeling. It was that same feeling of, like...
Just like that shock.
It's like overwhelming energy hitting you so fast, and you just don't know what to do with it all. Like, you can't process it, so, like, what the fuck do you do with it? But we pulled in, and there was that intersection. There's an intersection that's like, go left or go right. You can go left and, like, loop back around, and then you'll be out of the cemetery, or you just go straight, and it's towards the gardens. You turn right. And Nick was like, yeah, let's go right. Let's not go to the gardens yet. And he hits this intersection. And Nick was like, nah, there's nothing to worry about. It's all... Turns the car left. Drives 2 miles. Out of the cemetery. Down the highway. Gets us headed back towards home. And he... stops on the side of the road and goes, where the fuck are we right now? And I just start freaking the fuck out again, like like the goosebumps on my body were just like unfucking controllable. Like, it went all the way down to my feet.
Not once did you guys question where he was going?
Do you know where I knew he was going? The fuck away from whatever the fuck was that way. Because he wanted to go right. And everything in my body told me, never, do not fucking go that direction. Do not. Something is fucking bad that direction. Mm-hmm. Whether it was like just a lost soul going, no, it's not your time. Or something else. Something or someone
Told you it was not good.
Changed Nick's mind, or took the fuck over Nick to drive him 2 fucking miles away from the cemetery before he came to and was like, why aren't we at the cemetery anymore? Where the fuck are we? And you can ask Nick to this day.
He recalls the story of him getting up to the intersection and going, oh, we're gonna go right, we're gonna go that way. And then coming back and immediately being like, where the fuck are we? Where's the intersection?
What?
Gone. Yo, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. There was another time. New Year's Eve over at AJ's house, driving down D Road.
Oh,
D Road's.
This is a different story altogether.
D Road's a scary place.
This has nothing to do with Casadega.
D Road haunted too?
Kinda, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened on D Road a long time ago, but there is some bad shit that exists on D Road.
Some bad juju.
This has nothing to do with Casadega. This is like, what, 2 years later? A year, 2 years?
No.
Or what, was it the same year?
Same year.
That was the same year?
It was the same
okay.
year. Yeah.
Damn.
Because we came home, and we hung out with AJ and her brother, and we had Zach with us, and it was the first time. Remember, he broke the lady?
Yeah.
Broke the lady.
Okay, so I had this glass that was like a woman. It was the shape of a woman. It was a bust.
Yeah, it was a
like
2-liter glass. It was fucking huge.
It was a 2-liter glass, and I would drink 2 of them, and they were 50% rum, 50% fucking soda. It was disgusting.
Christ.
That's why I don't drink alcohol as much. Like straight alcohol, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I've ruined my body. We were leaving, and sure the fuck enough, it's 3 the fuck in the morning. It's 2:45, right? It's 2:45, and Zach is dying. Zach is like alcohol poisoned, fucking like, cause he's like, I'm gonna go drink with you. And this is in my drinking.
No.
This was in my drinking prime. Like I was drinking
Like,
Captain
'cause
100 proof.
All of us were sitting around the fire when he said, I'm going to go drink with you.
And
pointed at
everyone
Phil,
said
and all of
no.
us went, don't.
Don't
do it.
Because
I mean, I can still tank some alcohol, but at the same time, like,
because the only people at that time that could
there's no point.
at that time that would actually go toe to toe with you drinking wise were
Would've been Aaron.
Me and Aaron.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Nick would come really close, but he would usually stop himself beforehand. He'd just be like, "This is
Just
I don't want anymore."
The intelligence level of I don't.
Yeah,
need
he's
to-
like, "I don't want this
That's
anymore."
I mean,
That's
no, I
Nick.
could. The thing was, I
If-
could function way past that. It was when I hit like half a handle of rum. When I went past the half a handle, that's when I went too far. And that's the thing. That's the disgusting part. It took a half a handle of Captain 100
No,
proof
'cause
to get that point.
we would go the same amount of alcohol, and it was just
Yeah. Does it hurt you on the
Like-
inside? Yeah, because it hurts me when I talk about
yeah.
it.
Phil and I at that time, Phil and I were buying a handle every other day.
It was disgusting.
Yeah,
But anyway.
we don't drink like that anymore.
Oh, fuck no.
For fucking good reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know how much
I'm
water I
glad
drink?
you guys don't.
Do you know how much water I
there's
drink
a
all the time?
reason I don't remember 22 to 23 that well. Like I refer to
I'm
that
happy.
year as
I'm
the
happy
blackout
that like
year.
the people that I met after I was done drinking, like they're, holy shit!
Yeah.
What a dumb fucking little frat boy I was for a little while, and I didn't even go to fucking frat college. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Stupid. But anyway, 2:45. Zach is fucking dead, and I'm like, okay, he needs to throw up because. One, he's super skinny and he's paled out. Like, it's almost alcohol poisoning level of like, you're so fucking drunk that you are gonna die. So I tell him, you need to throw up. And he goes, fuck you, bitch. And I'm like, I'm gonna shove my hand down your throat, and if you bite me, I'm gonna punch you in the back of the head.
And meanwhile, like, I think me and Nick are like walking to the car to like prep it for Zach, and we hear him say that. And Zach just goes, "You won't." And then a few seconds later, we just hear. We're just like, he did. He did.
I punched Zach in the back of the head.
It was like
three times.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Three
it was like
times.
3 or 4 times.
It was 3 times, not 4, only 3.
Yeah.
I only had to hit him 3 times, but he retched after the second. It was the punch in the back of the head. It was a literal like, hand down the throat, bite, punch in the back of the head. Hand down the throat before he could think about anything else, and he vomited right then and there. Like, I got vomit the fuck all over my hand, but he was toasted. Like, it was one of those things.
Yeah.
Like, you have to throw up. Like, you have to expel this alcohol that's already in your stomach out, and then after you're done vomiting for a little while, I need you to drink water. But like, you have to get every last ounce of alcohol out
This has to
right
happen.
now, because you're already fucked. Anyway, we get him to the car. He breaks the fucking AC thing off the car because we put him in the car and he goes, and he slumps ass
Yeah.
forward and he breaks the dashboard off the car
with his face.
with his face, his whole face.
His entire face.
Well, we start driving, and it literally goes. We get him in the car at
Yeah.
2:55.
Yeah, and I I left at the same time they did, but I drove myself.
But you followed us, did you not?
No.
No, you went home.
I went home because I didn't drink that much that night. I was just like, it's late, I'm tired, I'm gonna go home. I went home. So I didn't hear about any of this until like well after the next day.
But and Nick and Andrew can account for both of these things.
Yeah, like I showed up the next at like 4 p.m. the next day to hang out with them, and they were like, "You fucking missed a lot of shit." And I heard this whole story.
Damn.
So we're driving.
It's great though.
We're driving down
Yeah.
D Road, and it hits exactly 3 a.m. And at 3:01, something starts following the car. Because Zach it's like Zach was so inebriated that he was literally dead. So for something of a stronger power to come in and like take over would be super easy.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing followed us.
It wanted Zach.
There was a
Zach.
literal handprint on the back of the car that was at least 2 times bigger than a normal person's hand, and it fucking ended in not so fucking nice looking nails.
Yeah,
Not
and
so-
Nick
I'm not-
had just washed it the day
he
before.
had just washed it, and maybe he had drove down a dirt road to get to AJ's house, like one dirt road, and there was a handprint clear as goddamn day on the back of the fucking window, the back window on Zach's side, and a trail of a handprint going from Zach's window, where his head was hanging out the window because he was vomiting for a little while, to the back quarter panel of a station wagon.
Yeah. Like,
I got out of the car, which I was told later, which could have been attributed to me being also very drunk. But at the same time, I was drunk enough to know, like, I remember getting in the car, driving, I remember all of the stuff coming up to all of these points. Everything coming up to all of it. D Road, because I was, like, the moment that 301 hit and that
yeah,
thing
like-
started
like
following us,
You were wigging the fuck out.
the
yeah.
sobriety hit hard. Like, I dumped all
How
of
did
the
you-
endorphins, just fucking
I
went.
guess you just felt that it was following you. You just felt.
Yeah, like he was wigging the fuck out that
I
whole
don't.
time.
I really can't explain it. It happens every so often
Like,
now
the
because like
way-
I'm in a
the way-
safe place and in a safe area. It doesn't happen.
The
No, I
way
understand.
Nick, the way
Once I
Nick
tell
tells the
mine,
story.
I'll explain.
Yeah, the way Nick tells the story is as soon as it hit, Phil was like, "Don't slow down. Keep going. Do not fucking slow down. Do not stop until we get to your house. Run every stop sign. Don't fucking stop."
Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely.
Damn.
And then there was a point where I was like, "Stop!" I told him to stop, and I got out of the car. I don't remember telling him to stop, and I don't remember telling him to
It
get
was-
out of like. I
it-
don't.
it was
I
like-
just
yeah.
got out of the car and started walking the direction we came from.
Yeah.
And then Andrew, after they got back to Nick's house, which was a mile and a half away, came and picked me up. But he said that he couldn't get a hold of me for about 5 minutes because I was just chanting some shit walking. And I remember
Ross.
coming to like, why am I standing in the... Is Zach at the house? Why am I here right now? Like, what is going the fuck on right now? And we got back to the house. We got Zach in the house. We put him in the bathtub. I got to the house. We closed all of the doors. We closed all of the windows. We closed the cat door. We closed everything.
They had Zach in a wheelbarrow that they would just like cart from room to room every so often.
No, we just dropped him in the bathroom. We carted him with the wheelbarrow.
I thought you carted him to like
They
different
carted.
rooms at least 3 times.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there until they got him in the bathtub. Okay, like, I don't know. I legitimately have no idea.
Dude, holy crap.
Yeah, holy crap is fucking right. Yeah, it was weird. It was fucking weird.
Ghost stories are strange, man. I
It
guess
was.
that's more of like a
It was so strange.
demonic story.
It was almost like a demonic story because there's no way that was a ghost. There's no way. Because, like, here's the other crazy part. The doors were fucking rattling. Like, we closed all of the doors. And then I remember going, hey, give me that. And I grabbed Nick's. No, Andrew came back inside with his Boondock Saints. Whatever, how much money he spent, not that real looking, but the rosary from the Boondock Saints that hung from his fucking dashboard or his rearview mirror. He handed me that, and he put it in my hand, and there is 20 minutes that I cannot tell you what happened. I have no idea what happened. You'd have to ask them. But their story is the house was rattling as I chanted more nonsense. And then about 20 minutes went by. 3:30, 3:40 hit.
Stopped.
It all stopped. It was fucking crazy. Because after all that happened, I just went to bed. I came back to and it was like bedtime. Yo, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
crazy. You gotta tell me about.
Fucking ridiculous.
You've got.
we have stories to tell, but we don't have time. Fortunately, we do have ghosts and stuff in this jar.
In this jar.
So
we were talking because I got some juicy.
I'm excited for you.
We can tell our stories. We can tell our stories.
I've got stories from my friend Rachel who lives in Washington of like shit just moving around in her house.
Yeah.
It's just like
I mean I have two personal ones and then I guess like I have one where
the personal ones are crazy. But like okay, so with real fast with your personal fucking like any like paranormal nonsense. Could you feel it in your body? Like, could you feel?
You feel it, yeah.
It's like an energy presence.
One of them, I don't remember that much because I was a kid.
Okay.
When it happened.
For me, I never felt anything in my body at all. It was just like an experience of like things with people happening around me, where I was like, this shit's kind of weird, but I never actually felt anything.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I know.
The second one, the second experience, I don't know, it may have just been the anxiety of the situation that I was actually feeling stuff, but
I know
the
that
first
I'm
one, I was
probably
young.
going to have a horrible death, which is bad. But I know that because I was visited by a entity that is referred to as Top Hat.
Top Hat.
Yeah,
okay.
No, it's not something to be joked about.
It's just the fact that it's referred to as Top Hat.
He's a ghost that wears top hat. He's like a fucking
heard of him.
demon
I've
that
heard
wears
of
a
him.
top hat.
heard
It's
of
like
him.
an omen. And maybe I'm gonna die. Maybe the girl that I was my girlfriend at the time, maybe she's gonna die. I have no idea. But it was like, I woke up. There's a man standing in the fucking corner of my room. Her room. But he wasn't there. I could still see the corner of the room. And he gave me a wink. He tipped his hat. And I was like, God.
Isn't that the guy that pops up in American Horror Story?
No, Top Hat.
Coven?
I don't know what Top Hat is. It was creepy.
Slenderman.
Banana hammocks.
Banana head.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for this episode on the Barley Roast. We might get to mine and Damien's ghost stories possibly at some point.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm sorry that I talked so long about my ghost stories,
No,
but
it's
it was kind of expected, honestly.
I have multiple. That's the
I
problem.
I was not expecting to get to mine and Damien's just knowing like the whole Casadega thing.
No, yeah.
And then yeah,
This fucking beer is good though.
It's delicious.
I fucking
Yeah, conclusion?
I
What are we
finished
talking
it.
about?
I finished this beer.
I liked
It's
it.
so good.
the only reason why I haven't finished mine is because I've been talking so much.
Yeah.
I've been listening.
It's like
Just equally as hard.
yeah, it's like I was saying, is like I wish they put more information on the
The
can.
only thing I don't like about it is the wit aftertaste, and it does have a wit aftertaste.
it kind of does, yeah. But I like that though.
I know you like
It
wits.
does have an aftertaste, but I'm not that keen of.
It's from it's kind of like. Do you remember having the wit beers? Wit
beer.
a wit beer.
Vit beer.
A wit beer.
Oh no, I don't think so.
It's that
Kind of like weedy sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's like that
Yeah,
fermented wheat.
Yeah,
It's like fermented
okay.
wheat.
Alright, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can relay that to my taste buds.
taste buds.
But no, like I fucking love this beer. I just wish they had more information about it on the can so I could like I actually knew what was actually in it.
I'll trade you.
It's ghosts and stuff.
Yeah, I'll take those. I'll give you the fucking hemp beers. Like
Traded. Done.
Deal.
It's on camera.
Barley exclusive.
In Florida, a handshake is legal.
Yeah, legally binding.
You're correct.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Thank you and have a wonderful night. Send us some comments, some suggestions, maybe some more hate mail. I'm always going to promote the hate mail.
Also, kind of subscribe maybe.
Oh, subscribing would be
cool
great.
Too. Yeah.
You can subscribe just to hate on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves it.
I do.
Send us hate mail for Phil.
I actually
Specifically.
I take it and I'm like,
Yes, your tears are delicious.
Don't be fooled. It just
you
makes him
hate me
stronger.
so much that you have to write something about it. Thanks. That means I'm important.
It just makes him stronger. We just get.
Anyway, thanks for joining us.
Oh my god! Please don't
See
send
you
me.
on the next
Please
one.
don't send me hate mail. I'll cry.
He probably will.
I will cry. I'm an emotional wreck right now.
Bye.
Bye bye.
I gotta pee.
I got pee too.
GoPro, stop recording.
He's not listening.